welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I decided to make a what to expect in AIT video. AIT stands for Advanced Individual Training in the Army. AIT is the place you go to after basic training, and it is the place where you learn your MOS, which is your job in the Army. Okay, so the very first thing you're going to do every morning is PT. PT stands for physical training, and it is where you work out. Tuesdays and Thursdays you are going to have muscle failure, which is like strength training and core exercises. So that'll be like your push-ups, your sit-ups, all of that. And then on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you will do your cardio days. So you'll do things like AGRs, which stands for Ability Group Run. You will do 30-60s. Now, during PT and basic training, your drill sergeants will be yelling at you constantly, trying to get you to do the right form of each exercise in PT. But in AIT, they'll be way more relaxed with you, and they might they're gonna walk around while we're doing PT, and they might come up to you and show you the correct form. They might correct you on something, but they're not going to yell constantly like it is in basic training. So after you are done with PT every morning, you will go freshen up and shower and get ready for chow, for breakfast chow. So that consists of, showering, putting on your uniform, putting your hair up into a bun, all of that fun stuff. And then after you get ready, you are going to line up for formation, and you will notice that these formations are way more relaxed than it is in basic training. You will be way more relaxed than in basic training. You'll notice people are talking more. You will be shocked. You'll be like, why is everybody talking? We're gonna get in trouble. But no, in AIT, you're good. So then you will march to breakfast chow after you line up for formation, and then you will have breakfast. It'll be more relaxed than basic training. You'll eat your breakfast, relax with your friends, and talk for a few minutes with your friends. And then after you're done with breakfast, you'll go back outside and line up for another formation, and then you will line up for formation to go to your class. So my MOS specifically is 68 Romeo in the Army, which is Veterinary Food Inspection Specialist. So I'm one of the medical jobs. So for all of the medical, technical skilled, kind of jobs, any of those, you will be in a classroom setting for most of your AIT. I'm not sure about combat MOSs and all of that, because I'm not a combat MOS, so I'm not sure. But I've heard that you will have some classroom time, and then the rest of the time you will be outside or in the field learning your MOS. So during the day, you're going to be learning your MOS, all of your training and skills that you will need for your job. And in the middle of the day, you will go to another formation, and you will line up for lunch chow. Lunch chow is more relaxed as well. Everything is more relaxed in AIT. I can't stress that enough. It is. It just is. So you will go ahead and go to lunch chow, and after that you will line up again and go back to class for the rest of the day until around about 1700, sometimes a little bit earlier depending, on your MOS. It all depends on your MOS, obviously. So you will, after that, you will line up for formation. You will salute the flag at 1700, which is 5 o'clock civilian time. And then after that, you will go to dinner chow, and that consists of going to the chow hall, and it's you get a lot more time than breakfast and lunch, and you basically just go there and you eat your dinner. And then once you're there for a little bit, you can start ordering food if you want to, if you choose to do so. You're using your own money for that. So Wouldn't recommend to do that all the time, but you can sometimes, especially the weekends. It's fun to just eat out with your friends. And so that's what I did some of the time, was we ate out. There was like a Domino's and a Jimmy John's like right across from our barracks. So I ate a lot of Domino's and Jimmy John's in AIT. And so that also added to me spending more money. So recommend to limit that as much as you can and eat at the chow hall, because you will eat there for free at the chow hall. After you are done with dinner chow, usually you will get the rest of the time from like 1800 to 2100, you will get free time. What you do with this free time probably depends on your MOS. I know for me personally, between 1800 and 2100, which is 6 to 9 p.m. civilian time, you will have free time to go ahead and use your phone, because we couldn't have our phones during the day. So you can use your phone, call your family, your friends, whoever, and you will also be able to use this time to study, use this time to do personal hygiene, you know, shower, all of that. Use this time to also use your electronics. A lot of people were asking me, can you use your electronics in AIT? And for my AIT personally, you could use your electronics, which is like laptop, Xbox, all of that. TV, the TV requirements, there had to be under like 32 inches or something. It had to be a small TV. Could have like a big TV in your room. So you could go ahead and do that, get on your electronics at night. But at 2100, they had to be put away. Don't tell anybody, but we still used our phones after 2100. Don't recommend that. Don't stay up too late, because then you're going to be really tired the next day. But that's what we did. At 2100, you will have something called roll call or bed check, whatever you want to call it. That is where your the platoon sergeants will come through, and they will make sure everybody is at their rooms and in their rooms at 9 o'clock. That's when it happens, 2100. And they will make sure that everybody is in their rooms at that time, so nobody sneaks off and gets in trouble. It's sad, but they gotta do it, because people are crazy out there and have ruined it in the past. So now there's a bed check in AIT. Monday through Friday, we would go to our class, 68 Romeo class for me, that's what we would do. And then on Fridays, they would hand out the mail. So every Friday, you could expect to get some mail after class. And then you'll have the weekends, and that is your time to enjoy yourself and all of that. Okay, so I've heard that some people get to take leave between basic and AIT. For me personally, I did not get to take leave between basic and AIT, but I did get to take leave during holiday block leave, because I went to basic training in December. So they gave us 2 weeks of HBL, which is holiday block leave. So during the week, you don't get to use your phones like during the class time that they give you, but you do get to use your phones in the afternoons. So after class and on the weekends, you'll be able to use your phone, just not during the day. During AIT, there is 3 phases that you will get put into. There's phase 4, phase 5, and phase 5 plus. And each phase will determine what you are allowed and allowed to not do during your time in AIT. So when you're phase 4, which is like the first like 3 weeks about of your AIT, depending if they let you phase up or not. And what that consists of is during the week, you can go to the PX, so like weeknights after class, you can go to the PX and you can go there in your uniform, but you have to be in your uniform. And you can also go there on the weekends, but you also have to be there in your uniform. And then phase 5 is when they allow you to go to the PX during the week and on the weekends, so like the weeknights. And the weekends, they let you go in your civilians. but you cannot go off post yet until you are phase 5, which is usually about 7 to 8 weeks into your AIT. They will let you go off post on the weekends in your civilians, and then you can also go anywhere on post in your civilians. I actually stole the phase 5 plus patch when I was in AIT, so it looks like this. So it'll be a patch that you wear on your PT belt, and there'll be like Velcro on your PT belt, and it'll be like that. And so the platoon sergeants know what phase you are, so they know if they can allow you to do whatever, because you have to sign in and out to go places when, oh my God, that was loud. Because you have to sign in and out to go places. Between each phase, they will allow you to phase up, but you will have to take this test in order to phase up. So from phase 4 to 5, it'll be kind of an easy test. You might have to do a room inspection, maybe a uniform inspection, and then they might ask you some questions in order to phase up. But in order to go from phase 5 to phase 5 plus, the test will be much more harder, much more difficult. If you are prior service and you are just coming back to get a new MOS, then you're pretty much free to do whatever you want, as long as it's not during PT or during formations or during class time. So pretty much you get to do whatever you want. You don't have platoon sergeants watching over your every step. So that's a plus if you are prior service. And for the MOSs that are 21 weeks or longer, you get the privilege of being able to use your car, which is really cool. My AIT personally was not that long. It was only 8 weeks, so we did not get to use a car. Dang, that's loud. We did not get to use our car in my AIT because mine was only 8 weeks long. The MOSs that are like under 10 weeks is considered short to me. And then between like 10 to 21 weeks would be medium length. And anything above 21 weeks would be considered a long MOS. So yes, you would get your car if it's longer than 21 weeks. Like I noticed like a lot of the MOSs that were longer than my MOS, they had more freedom. Like they were walking around in civilians, just doing whatever they wanted, while we weren't allowed to do, we didn't have as much free reign during AIT as they did, because their MOS is a longer training, and so hence they get more freedom. And I heard with some shorter MOSs, you may not get your phone right away, but for me and my MOS, we did get our phones like right after basic training, like the last day we got our phones, and since then we had our phones. We just couldn't have it during the classroom school hours. Also for the electronics, I heard that the TVs had to be small, so they had to be like less than 32 inches, I believe the size was. So don't quote me on that, but I believe that's the size. Oh my God, that's loud. Okay, y'all, so I think I pretty much covered everything in this video that I could think of for AIT. I just went through the day, basically what you do day to day during AIT and the freedoms and not freedoms that you get during AIT. So leave any comments down below if you have any other questions about AIT, anything I didn't cover answer in this video, I'd be happy to. Also subscribe if you want to watch more military videos from me. Besides that, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Okay, y'all, have a nice day. Bye.